Consulting company deposited $65,000 in a growth fund at 6% compounded semi-annually. After 4 years, the interest rate changed to 4.75% compounded annually. What is the value of the fund at the end of 7.5 years? So look at here, it's about an investment. A company invested $65,000 at 6% compounded semi-annually for 4 years. At the first 4 years, rate was 6% compounded semi-annually, but after 4 years, there is a change in the rate of interest. The new rate is 4.75% compounded annually. And we are looking for the value of the fund at the end of 7.5 years. So I'm looking for future value after 7.5 years. So it means for 4 years, during 4 years, rate was 6% compounded semi-annually. Then after 4 years, for 3.5 years, the rate is 4.75% compounded annually. If you look at this picture is very helpful to understand the situation we have in this question. From now at the beginning to 4 years, rate is 6% compounded semi-annually. After 4 years, for 3.5 years, rate would be 4.75% compounded annually. And I'm looking for the future value at the end, after 7.5 years. So to find this question, to solve this question, we are going to use a financial calculator. I'm going to find the future value at the end of 7.5 years by using a financial calculator. So to solve the question by a financial calculator, at the first step, I need to set number of compounding for the period of 4 years. Okay? During 4 years, rate is 6% compounded semi-annually. So compounded semi-annually means every year there are two compoundings. Okay? So I need to set number of compounding in the calculator for the first 4 years. Second, IY. So I'm gonna change PY to 2 because compounding is semi-annually. So 2 and then enter. Look at here, I have set PY in the calculator semi-annually. Second quid. Now I'm gonna enter N, IY, PV, PMT, and future value. And at the end, compute future value because I'm looking for future value after 4 years. So then this future value after 4 years would be present value for 3.5 years. Okay, and by using this present value for 3.5 years, I'm gonna find the future value at the end. Future value at the end of 7.5 years. Okay, let's find first future value after 4 years. I have set number of compounding in the calculator. PY is already 2. Now I'm gonna enter N. Look at here. In the first period of time, which is 4 years, we have 4 years, and in each year, 2 compounding. So after 4 years, the total number of compounding would be 8. So 8 is N. 8 and then N. During 4 years, rate is 6%. So 6 and then IY. They have deposited or invested $65,000. That's present value or principal. 65,000. Okay, but the cash flow of investment always is negative, positive, negative, and then PV. Then 0 PMT because from the beginning and at the end of 4 years, there is no payment in the middle. 0 PMT. Now compute future value. Look at here, we get 82,340.05529. We don't round this number because it's not the final answer. I'm going to keep all the decimals. Now this future value would be present value for 3.5 years. Okay. Now I'm going to use this future value as the present value for the second period of time, 3.5 years, to find the future value at the end of 7.5 years. I need to change this number to present value for the 3.5 years period of time. How? Because future value and present value always have different cash flow. Because this number is positive, I'm going to change that to a negative number and then PV. Now this number is present value for the second period of time, 3.5 years. Now we are in the second period of time during 3.5 years. Now this number is present value at the beginning of 3.5 years. Now I'm gonna find the future value for this number. Look at here. Now we are actually in a step 2, or we are in the second period of time, 3.5 years. Okay. During 3.5 year, rate is 4.75% compounded annually. I need to change number of compounding to annually in the calculator. How? Second IY, PY is 2. I need to change that to 1. 1 compounding per year because of annually. 1 and then enter, then quit, second quit. Now I need to enter N, new IY. We already entered present value. PMT is already 0, and then compute future value. I need to enter N. Why? Because we have new number of years. During the second period of time, during 3.5 years, there is 3.5 year, 3.5 number of compounding. Why? Because we have 3.5 years, and in each year just 1 compounding. Total number of compounding during 3.5 years is 3.5. That's N. So 3.5 is N. New rate is 4.75%. 4.75 is IY. We already entered present value. PMT is already 0. Just compute FV. Look at here. It's the value of the fund at the end of 7.5 years. And it's the final answer. I'm going to round that to the nearest cent. The final answer would be $96,861.29. Now we have another part in the question. Look at the second part of the question. Question says calculate the total interest the company earned over the entire period. To find the total interest company earned, I need to subtract present value, which is $65,000, from future value at the end of 7.5 years. So we get $31,861.29 as interest earned.